And we are live. You already know who it is. My name is Mike Kyle, aka the Fantasy Vulture. I have over a decade worth of fantasy football experience, and I've continuously competed for fantasy championships over the course of the past 8 seasons. Let's make it 9 in 2021. But enough of me. I'm here for you on today's episode of the FB Show. We are finally entering Dynasty Rookie Draft mock season, and in this video, I'm going to give you 3 Dynasty Rookie mock drafts. If you missed my last video breaking down the NFL draft, my reaction to everybody's landing spots, go and check that out. Link will be right up here. But I'm really excited for this video in particular because number 1, who doesn't love a good mock draft? But then also number 2, the way that Dynasty Rookie mock drafts kind of go, they're pretty quick. So I decided I'm going to give you 3 different mocks from 3 different spots in the draft, and one of them is in fact a Superflex mock draft that you're interested in. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. Alright, so here we go. And in fact, let's leave the background music running, shall we? So here is where we're at. We are on Sleeper, and in this first mock draft, take notes here, we are going to be picking from the number 9 spot. And the reason why is because let's say that I'm a team that is on the fringe of contending for a title. 12-team half-point PPR is what we're going with. And I'm at that 9th spot. And I feel like I'm a piece away from competing for a fantasy championship. And I need to nail my rookie draft right now. So that's what we're going to go for. So let's do it. And let's start this draft. Okay, so Chase goes number 1, Naji Harris 2, Etienne, Waddle, Pitts goes 5, Javonte 6, okay. So this is exactly where I wanted to be, and I did this one intentionally, admittedly. At the number 9 spot, there is a player here, if you feel like you're a piece away, that is so obvious that you need to take, it's not even funny. And that player is Rashad Bateman. You take Bateman, and you do it because, as I mentioned in my rookie reaction video, he's going to be the number 1 in one of the best offenses in the league that has desperately needed a wide receiver more than anything else. And because of that, he's instantly going to be productive for your team. If you feel like you're a piece away, if you're a flex spot away, if you are a wide receiver away, Rashad Bateman is your choice. Again, he's my number 1 wide receiver on my board this year, and you're getting him at 109. Now here we are. Second round, let's see, let's recap who went where. So we had Carter go after Amon St. Brown, Sermon, Freiermuth, Moore, Terrence Marshall, Trey Lance, Eskridge, Tony, Gainwell, Elijah Moore. Alright, looking here at who's available, one player jumps out in particular, and that is Dyami Brown. Dyami Brown is a player who I talked about. I love his landing spot here in Washington, especially with Ryan Fitzpatrick. He is a player where, as Washington starts to figure out their quarterback situation, his stock should go up. Don't need Justin Fields here. If you feel like you're a piece away, it doesn't seem right. Elijah Mitchell, not really interested. And you're just at this part of the draft where this could get really ugly really quick if you are in a 12-team league and you're picking at that number 9 spot. It gets real thin real quick, and because of that, I am just going to kind of play it safe, and I'll just take the guy who I know is talented, maybe might not be able to contribute from day 1, but as the season progresses and you actually need him to show up in those big game moments later in the year when he's finally established himself, I'll take that guy, and that's going to be Dyami Brown from out of North Carolina. So Fields goes next. So we started off with wide receiver here, again, half-point format, and the majority of that reason, again, is really just because of the way this running back draft class shook out. Kylan Hill has no value to me. Elijah Mitchell, we'll see. Just look at some of these guys. Ramondre Stevenson goes to the Pats, and alright, but just by and large, since you have these first-round guys, and then nobody really else after that, in my opinion. So here we go, 3rd round. This is where things can get kind of fun. Damn it. Alright, I was looking at Brevin Jordan in the 3rd there, but he got sniped 2 picks before me. That blows. What can we do here? And this is where this draft class sucks. this draft in particular feels like it's about 20-ish guys deep, give or take, and that makes rounds 3 through 5 really difficult here. You got to get lucky. You got to know your guys, and because of that, did he go? I'm looking to see if he went or not. He did go. All right. Looking at this, who do I want to go with? So in an ideal situation, I think you try and trade this pick. I got 35 seconds to get this point out. I think you try and trade this pick. I'm looking at this board here, and there's not a whole lot of guys who I like, who I think can create that immediate impact. But of the players here, I am taking Cornell Powell out of Clemson, wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs have been struggling for a number 2 wide receiver for the past 5 years. They've had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and nobody else. Mecole Hardman hasn't panned out. DeMarcus Robinson hasn't panned out. And you add in a guy like Powell, who actually has size and as an athlete, comes out of Clemson, plays in that system. Cornell Powell could be an absolute fucking steal in your rookie draft here and plays on the best offense in football. Going back down a little bit further now, I know we've gone 3 straight wide receivers, but again, just the way that this draft shakes out, it's tough. It's tough. We honestly might just go. Do we just load up on wide receivers this entire draft? No, we're not going to. I'm looking down at this list just a bit longer, and I've seen some guys that we can steal here. Okay. There's no need. I don't think there's a need for me to reach, but in this case, I will. And I'll reach on this because it's a 4th round pick, and you're fine reaching at 4. Like, doesn't really matter, in my opinion. And so I'm looking at a few guys right now, and it does come down to Jared Patterson, a player who I love and I rave about. Only issues he finds himself in Washington, doesn't really fit all too well there. You have Javian Hawkins, a lot of guys like, and that is actually who I'm going to take. We don't know how well Mike Davis is going to hold up in that full-time role. They also only gave him a 2-year, 5.5, what was it, 2-year, $5 million contract? So there's not a whole lot of money tied up in Mike Davis. Getting Javian Hawkins there in that 4th round feels like an absolute fucking steal. He probably won't contribute. Like, that's the thing with this. Probably won't contribute. But the way that this is going to work is you're going to have to wait and see. And with a 4th round draft pick, totally fine with that. And now, I don't know why kickers just went off the board there. Are those rookie kickers? My bad. Alright. Going at this right now, looking to see who's still available. Easy option here is Josh Palmer, wide receiver out of Tennessee, but just to kind of play just a bit longer. I don't like that kickers just went there, so I do apologize for that. That might have been a mistake on my end, actually. Going through this, who else is left? Who's a guy down here at the bottom I can talk about? My baby boy Pook is down here. Alright. So this is how we play rookie drafts here, honestly. There's always a player that falls. There's always a player that falls, and if that player does fall, you have to be able to take him. And that, for me, is Josh Palmer, wide receiver out of Tennessee, drafted by the Chargers. And Palmer's just a guy where you watch his tape, and it's very clear why he went where he did in this draft. Big, strong, really great hands, makes great contested catches, and could be the replacement for Mike Williams in this offense after next season. So we're rounding out this draft with Rashad Bateman, Diami Brown, Cornell Powell, Javian Hawkins, and Josh Palmer, and I'm fine with that, knowing that my team is a piece away from contending. I know for sure I got a wide receiver. I got a number 1 wide receiver in Rashad Bateman. I can take shots on Diami Brown and Cornell Powell. Having Javian Hawkins just kind of waiting in the wings, seeing how that Atlanta Falcons situation plays out, and then Josh Palmer fell to me at the end. Fine with that. I feel pretty happy with the way this draft turned out, knowing that I'm a piece away from contending for a fantasy championship. Now, let's go over to the next one here. I am going to look at my draft settings just to make sure. Let me just verify this. Bench. Alright, so just so you guys can see here, I'll actually minimize this one too. Just so you guys can see here, these were my draft settings. So why kickers were going, I don't fucking know. But it's also a rookie draft and it's the 5th round, so who knows. Alright. for this one, we're gonna do this. I'm pretty torn on where I want to start. I thought about trying to do one. All right, let's do. Well, you know what? Well, I'll stick with my original plan. Let's focus on a rebuilding team here. I want to go with the 102. All right, 102, and let's start the draft. Okay. So, Jamar Chase goes 1, and this makes number 2 very obvious for me, and that is Naji Harris. When you're looking at Naji Harris, this is a guy who is going to get 300 carries, has a very good offense, a team that loves to run the football, and is just going to automatically assume a workhorse role. My comp for Naji is Derrick Henry, just Derrick Henry with hands is what I actually have written down in my notes, and that makes it really interesting to land a guy like this. And I really want to know what Pittsburgh does with their quarterback situation, because I've raved about the idea of a Tannehill-Henry stack before, and you're looking at the next version of that with Naji Harris and Big Ben, or whoever is coming after Big Ben at the quarterback position there in Pittsburgh. So we're back on the clock now at 2:02, and looking at this, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Rondale Moore, Dwayne Eskridge. So who went where? I hate that Terrence Marshall just went 112. Oh, that pisses me off so much. I don't like St. Brown. I'm lower on Rondale than a lot of people. Eskridge I don't really see. So, this is the tough one. And where's Fields at? Honestly, if I'm a team that's early in a rebuild and I need a quarterback, yo, I'll do it right now. I'll take Justin Fields. I get Justin Fields as the third QB off the board. Totally cool with that. Totally cool with that. Again, I've raved about Justin Fields before in the past. How he went number 4 quarterback-wise in this draft class fucking blows my mind. I had Fields as my number 2 QB. And again, I have Justin Fields above Trevor Lawrence in rookie rankings because of the fact that he is a running quarterback. He is a pretty equal cast as far as Trevor Lawrence goes, and I'll just take the guy with that rushing upside. And if Trey Lance was there, probably would have been my pick as well. So we're back on the clock here at 3:02. Who went after? We got Freeman, Gainwell, Monroe, Elijah Mitchell, Moore, Eskridge. Okay. Elijah Moore going at 2:11 just fucked me again. So we're getting sniped left and right. But I can talk about another player who I really like, and that is going to be Nico Collins, wide receiver in Houston. And yes, I know Houston's quarterback situation is all up in the air, but this is the team bleeding for a wide receiver, and Nico Collins was one of their only draft picks in this draft class. He is a big body, was pretty much the catalyst of that Michigan offense if you just look at what he did. Oh, and he was also playing with Shea fucking Patterson. So make of that what you will, right? And he still balled out. So I love Nico Collins there in that 3rd round. He's a guy who I'm really high on in this draft, and the value that you can get him at. And in the 4th round here, baby boy fell back into my lap. Amari Rodgers. Amari Rodgers, wide receiver out of Clemson. In the last mock, we took Cornell Powell. In this mock, we're taking Amari Rodgers. Similar to some of these other situations here where teams just needed another wide receiver, Green Bay finally got theirs. And with Amari Rodgers, who just fits this perfect mold of a wide receiver who can complement Devontae Adams so well, I love that landing spot. I love that landing spot, and he, to me, it's literally Nico Collins and Amari Rodgers. These are 2 dudes who I'm gunning for in the 3rd and 4th round of my rookie draft. I don't think that the people have properly valued them enough. And if you come out of this draft right now, and let's make our final selection here, and I'll wrap it up. We can go Josh Palmer again. We can go Wallace, Daz, my baby boy. Let's go down just a bit. Is there anybody? Honestly, in that 5th round again, you can take that shot on Javian Hawkins if you really wanted to. what do you want to do here? Looking at this team comp, And in fact, that's what we're gonna do. I really wanted to try and spice things up in terms of who is going where. But for this situation, I will absolutely take Javian Hawkins. I'll just take the shot. I'll just take the shot of not trusting Mike Davis for a long term and trying to see what Atlanta has in the backfield besides him. So I'm fine with that. And this, to me, is a perfect draft if you are in a rebuild. You get your running back locked in for a big workload. You get your quarterback, who I had as the number 2 quarterback on my board. I get him as the 3rd quarterback taken off the board. That's a great value. I'll take that for sure. Then you get 2 wide receivers with sneaky fucking upside. I mean, these are just 2 dudes that could step in and maybe not contribute right away, but there is a path for them to succeed. And then you round it out with a shot in the dark at running back who could hit if things go the right way. That Javian Hawkins model is the same one that I took with Michael P. Ryan last year when he got drafted by the Jets, knowing that Le'Veon Bell was likely on the way out and how that situation could unfold. P. Ryan unfortunately got hurt and the Jets were awful last year, but you saw the path for P. Ryan to take over, and Javian Hawkins is kind of in that same spot right now for the Atlanta Falcons. One of the best offenses in football. So that's the second mock. Love this, love the way that did turn out. And then the final one, and this is going to be new for me. So this mock in particular is a Superflex rookie mock draft. I don't play Superflex. Full disclosure, I can't stand Superflex for a number of reasons, but I just don't. That'll be another video. Why I hate Superflex. So, knowing what I know though, I know where quarterbacks tend to go in Superflex, and it is just one of those things where the position is valued so highly and such a premium. So, we're going to jump over right now to a random number generator, and this random number generator is going to demonstrate where I pick in this mock draft. So we did 9. I don't want to do that though. That's 7. That's 2. Come on. All right, I'll do 4. That did not really go as planned, but it's fine. 4 works out well, I think, for this. All right, let's go back here. Cool. Hi again. I'll do 4. All right, and let's start. Okay, so Lawrence, Lance, Chase goes. Woo! Okay. So we're back on the clock here. Again, I don't want to repeat picks here, but this is super draft, or I'm sorry, but this is super flex. Excuse me. Again, dream scenario here is Trey Lance. Trey Lance is my dream scenario at quarterback. But again, we'll go Justin Fields. That's fine. That's how the mock draft crumbles. Or that's how the mock draft crumbles. Excuse me. Naji, Travis, Zach, Pitts, Waddle, Smith, and like that, I'll say this: that is the crazy thing about Superflex, is the value of everybody else takes significant steps back because you have all these quarterbacks going in the first round. So you're about to get guys at a fucking premium, or I'm sorry, at a value here, not a premium. But we're back here again. Oh, we're taking Terrace Marshall. Terrace Marshall here is wonderful. If you missed my reaction, my draft reaction video, I raved about him, his size, his speed, and his ability to really cement himself as a member of this Carolina Panthers offense. Getting him in the second round to pair with Justin Fields feels like a dream come true. And honestly, looking at the way this board just fell out, this board just kind of played out just a little bit here. Listen, Ramondre Stevenson is LeGarrette Blount. I don't know if you guys have noticed this or not, but he literally is, and he went to the New England Patriots. And the Patriots did not pick up the 5th-year option on Sony Michel. Damian Harris still hasn't really turned into anything as far as the NFL career goes, and I'm glad to take that shot on Ramondre Stevenson in the 3rd round. Totally cool with that right there. So we got our quarterback, we got a potential, top 24 wide receiver, and we got a running back who has a nose for the end zone and will be utilized in that role. So back on the clock here in the 4th round here, and we got our guys, Josh Palmer, Nico Collins on the board, Daz Newsome as well. Honestly, we're gonna run the stack here. We're gonna run the stack, and we're gonna take Daz. Daz is the player who I am in love with. I really like a lot of these late round wide receivers. I just think that like the potential value for them is there, and knowing that we have Fields and he's coming in with Daz again, just running stacks like that, I'm a big fan of. So I'm totally cool with taking that shot there on the stack. And then sure enough, because kickers and whatever went, so again, I apologize for that. You guys saw the settings I was running. Let's go down and let's take a different. What do I want to do here? Now that I'm looking at this just a little bit more here. There's Palmer. I'm trying to really just give you guys some variety here. Like, what do I walk away with and I feel good about? Honestly, I don't love anybody really here right now. But I think you go Nico. We'll repeat. I'm cool with repeating here. I think you just take Nico. Just take it. You take the shot, because here's the thing, right? If Daz doesn't hit, you have that option. You have the option as well to hit with Nico Collins, and being able to just have one of your late round picks hit, like that's kind of what you really need to look for here. Again, when I'm doing these mock drafts, I'm trying to find guys where it's not a long shot for them to hit, right? Like, there has to be a path, there has to be a plan in place where you can articulately say, if this happens, this player will be successful. And that's easy to do with a lot of guys, but when you have players like Daz, who are drafted in the 6th round and really does slide into that wide receiver 3 role on the Bears, pairing it with Justin Fields, love that. And then Nico, again, having the ability to potentially, like, very easily become the number one wide receiver for the Houston Texans here. You're getting that kid in the 5th round. Feels pretty good, if you ask me. So these were the teams that we had. Let's go back, and this one we picked number 9. Our squad, we needed one more piece to get in 10 for a championship. We went with Bateman, Dahomey Brown, Cornell Powell, Javian Hawkins, and Josh Palmer. In our second mock draft, at the number 2 overall pick, we went Naji Harris, Justin Fields, Nico Collins, Amari Rogers, and Javian Hawkins again. And then here in our Superflex, we went with Fields, Terrace Marshall. I always throw an N there because I think of Terry Rozier. Ramondre Stevenson, Daz Newsome, and Nico Collins again. But you can like pretty tell right here where I was picking in certain spots and there were guys pretty continuously on the board. And that's just kind of the weird thing about mock drafts, especially rookie mock drafts. Once you get late, there's very little variance, and it's the thing that I don't like about mock drafts, admittedly, once you get that late. But just to give you an idea of some guys that I'm targeting, that's why I really try to just kind of spice it up as to some guys that I'm looking at in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round of my rookie drafts. So that's going to do it for this video here. Let me flip screens here real quick. That's going to do it. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button down below. Let me know what your favorite mock draft that I did was. I'll probably do another version of this either next week, I think. And let me know also what pick you're picking at in your rookie draft. And let me know who your top target is for your 1st round pick as well. Hit that like button down below so you never miss a video from me. Subscribe as well. Actually, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe so you never miss a video from me. Listen, I'm a bit rusty. It's been a while since I recorded a video, and it's at this point 12:57 a.m. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, people come and go, but fantasy championships are forever, and I will see you in the next video.